no one is vulnerable, and we've got South as the dealer on this one. So South has got 11 points. Singleton King of Diamonds is not ideal, but 11 points nonetheless. So based on the rule of 20, we can open the bidding here. We've got 11 points, plus 5 plus 4, number of cards in your two longest suits. 5 plus 4 plus 11 gets us to 20, so we can open one heart. Based on the rule of 20, that is. Now there is a slight hesitation, which is the King of Diamonds isn't really a full 3 points, if you know what I mean. But for me, I think it's still right to open one heart. If you meet the rule of 20, my general rule is, if you meet the rule of 20, open the bidding at the 1 level. I would prefer, of course, if the King of Diamonds was actually the King of Hearts, and instead we had a singleton diamond that was small, and the King was in our long suit, or indeed in clubs instead. But I think if it meets rule 20, you just open one and hope things work out. It could be that it's wrong to do so, but usually it's right to do so. Now, by opening a heart, we're promising either 4 or more hearts, or 5 or more hearts, depending on if we're playing 4-card majors or 5-card majors. 4-card majors is a part of ACOT, and 5-card majors is a part of a lot of systems, namely standard American yellow card. The French system plays it. I think the Polish system plays 5-card majors. A lot of systems play 5-card majors. So how many hearts you're promising depends on the system you're playing. If you're playing 5-card majors, you're even more incentivized to open this hand, one something, in this case hearts, because you show your 5-card suit straight away. This is why 5-card majors are quite good, because you find a 5-3 major fit very quickly if there is one. So irrespective of the system I was playing, I would probably open a heart, but I really strongly want to open a heart even more if I was playing a 5-card major system like standard American yellow card. So let's say we're playing that system because I'm playing with myself over there, so I could choose the system I want to play. Let's say we're playing standard American yellow card. I would very happily open this a heart, albeit I prefer the King of Diamonds to be the King of Hearts. It's still good enough to open one, and I want to show my 5-card major. So I'm going to bid 1 heart. Okay, now to West, bidding over the opponent's 1 heart opening bid. And West has got a pretty decent hand. They've got 7, 10, 16 points in total. 16 points and a balanced hand. Pretty good overcalling hand, I should say. We haven't got a 5-card suit, however, so we can't bid a suit, 2 diamonds or whatever, over 1 heart. But we could bid 1 no trump as an overcaller. To bid 1 no trump as an overcall, you want a balanced hand, which we have. You want a stopper, at least 1 stopper for the opponent's suit. We have 2. And you want around 15 to 18 points. Now, some people say 16 to 18, some say 15 to 17, some say 15 to 18. It's in and around that region. You don't really want to be too strict over a point or two. In and around 15, 16-ish, up to around 18-ish. If you're stronger than 18, usually you want to double first and then bid no trumps to show you're more like 19, 20, that kind of region, which is very rare, by the way, but it can happen, I suppose. So this is a classic, clear-cut 1 no trump overcall. 16 points, double stoppers in hearts, balanced hand. It's absolutely perfect for a 1 no trump overcall, so that's the bid I'm going to choose. Okay, now to North, responding to their partner's 1 heart, but with an opponent's 1 no trump overcall over it. Okay, North's not got a very good hand, long story short. They've got 3 points. Now they've got an interesting shape. They've got 6 clubs and 4 diamonds. 6-4 is a great distribution if one of your suits ends as trumps. The problem is, to bid now, we would arguably want more points rather than necessarily more shape. Our shape definitely merits a bid, but our points do not. To bid over a 1 no trump bid, you would probably want a long suit, 5 or 6 cards, or a fit for your partner's suit, or something useful. To jump bid, we would want like a weak style hand, a weak jump shift is what that would be called. 6 cards in clubs and 5 to 9 points, that kind of region. We're just not strong enough to bid, unfortunately. Give ourselves an extra card, let's say the Ace of Diamonds as well, or the King of Clubs as well, or something in Spades as well. We probably just about merit bidding because of our shape. But because we've only got 3 points, unfortunately, this hand doesn't feel strong enough to bid, so we're going to have to pass. Okay, now to East, responding to their partner's 1 no trump overcall. Alright, so East has got 10 points in total, Ace, King, Queen, Jack. Interesting 10, they've got 5 cards in spades, they've got a singleton king, that's the second singleton king we've seen this hand. Yeah, so it's an interesting one. With 10 points opposite 15 to 18, you would usually say that game is on. The question is it game in spades or is it game in no trumps? Now you could make the argument that we made when we were evaluating the south hand, which is, well, is the king of clubs really worth 3 points when it's singleton? I would argue yes, but you know, there are other views on that. So I think we're going to bid game, but we don't know whether it's game in spades or not. The ideal solution to this hand is to transfer to spades first, and then bid 3 no trumps and let our partner decide between spades or no trumps, depending on how many spades they have. Transfers and Stayman do apply because no trumps was our team's first natural bid. As long as no trumps is your team's first bid, you can do your conventions, Stayman, transfers to minors, whatever your systems are. So if your partner opens 1 no trump, and Stayman and transfers applies then, if they overcall 1 no trump, Stayman and transfers should apply in the exact same way. The one thing to consider that's different is, if they open 1 no trump, they might have a different point range to when they overcall 1 no trump. Depends on your systems as to what a 1 no trump opening bid would be. In standard American, an opening bid of 1 no trump is 15 to 17, and an overcall is a very similar amount. So you can pretty much treat it identically to a 1 no trump opener if you play a strong no trump. So, ignoring them, we're going to do a transfer. We want to show our 5 cards in spades, and then our game going hand. So I would transfer to spades first and then bid 3 no trumps. For now, we need to start by showing our 5 card spades suit. Okay, so back to South, who opened the bidding originally on the rule of 20, albeit King of Diamonds singleton we were slightly uneasy about. And now the bidding has gone not exactly how we wanted it to go. We didn't find a heart fit. We opened 1 heart to try and show our 5 card major, which we did. Partner hasn't supported us. They bid 1 no trump as a strong overcall, and now they're transferring to spades. There isn't really much we can do here. We could double to say we like hearts, but our partner already knows we have 5 hearts, and our hearts aren't great anyway. We could potentially bid our second suit, but it would have to be at the 3 level. If we bid 3 clubs, we might get doubled and go down lots, because the opponents could have all the points. Our partner has promised nothing. So because our opening bid isn't very strong, we're definitely not strong enough to do anything here, to double or bid 3 somethings or whatever. So unfortunately we've got to bow out and let the opponents do whatever it is they're going to do. Okay, so partners bid 2 hearts, which is a red suit transfer. We would need to recognise that, of course, but as discussed a minute ago, if no trumps is your team's first bid, systems are still on. So 2 hearts instructs us to bid 2 spades. Depending on the conventions agreed between the partnership here, sometimes players play a red suit transfer as 100% forcing, you must bid 2 spades, end of story. Some players play breaks or bounces of a transfer. A break is bidding a different suit, a bounce is bidding 3 spades instead of 2 spades. To do either of those things, you need at least 4 cards in your partner's transferred suit. So you need at least 4 cards in spades in this instance, which we don't have. So in 95%, probably more than that, cases, you're going to bid 2 spades even if you play breaks and bounces. A break would show a good suit and a good fit, a bounce would show a good fit but not necessarily a good hand. In this instance, we haven't got 4 cards in spades, so we can't break or bounce even if we did play those. So transfer tells us to bid 2 spades, we haven't got a good enough reason not to, so we should do as we're told. That transfer over there doesn't promise any points whatsoever, so we have to do as we're told. That's part of the way transfers function. So do as we're told, bid 2 spades. Okay, so we transferred, partner bid 2 spades. North-South are no longer bidding, it's just up to us. And we need to decide what we're bidding. Our plan was to bid 3 no trumps, so I can't see a reason why we shouldn't do that. You could make the argument singleton king of clubs looks a bit dodgy for 3 no trumps. Whilst that's true, it's likely our partner has some cards in clubs because of the strength of their bid, 15 to 18-ish. You could bid 3 diamonds, I suppose, to show 5 and 4 and let partner decide whether to bid 3 no trumps or 4 spades or whatever. My view is bid 3 no trumps and just make life simple. But I do accept bidding 3 diamonds is also a valid approach. But with enough points per game, we're either in 4 spades or 3 no trumps, in my opinion. So 3 no trumps tells our partner we've got 5 spades, which we already said with our transfer bid. You choose between 3 no trumps and 4 spades, depending on how many spades you have. So I'm going to jump to 3 no trumps and let them make that decision. So using stop, jump straight to 3 no trumps. Okay, so back to West. and our partner has jumped to 3 no trumps, which says they have exactly 5 spades and a game going hand, and they're giving us the choice between 3 no trumps and 4 spades. In this instance, we should pick 4 spades. We have a 3-card spade fit for our partner's 5, that's 8. We should play in spades or hearts if we have an 8-card or greater fit there. The reason we know it's exactly 5 cards in spades is because if they had 6 cards in spades, they would bid 4 spades themselves, because they know we have 2 because we're balanced. So transferring and then bidding no trumps promises exactly 5. If they have fewer than 5, they shouldn't transfer, and with more than 5, they should transfer and just bid their suit again, 3 or 4. So in this instance, our partner said, I've got 5 spades, game going hand, which game is it? And we should choose game in a major because we have a fit there. Okay, so North opening lead against 4 spades. And I actually think there are 3 contenders for a reasonable opening lead here. First one, top of a sequence in diamonds, 10-9-8 is a solid sequence, albeit not brilliant, it's solid, so leading the 10 of diamonds would look reasonable. Queen of clubs, top of a sequence, queen jack to length looks pretty safe. Or 8 of hearts, singleton, which we like, leading a singleton, and this is what's going to tip it over the edge for me, partner's bid suit. So if we lead a heart, it could, and we hopefully will, go 8 of hearts to our partner's ace, heart back, and we can immediately ruff it. So singleton leads are attractive when you think your partner is going to be able to get the lead, especially so when they've bid the suit. So whilst the 10 of diamonds or the queen of clubs will be perfectly valid leads, because of the bid suit and the attractiveness of a singleton, I'm going to lead a singleton heart, hoping to get our partner in immediately to immediately score a ruff. So that's the one I'm going to go for, singleton heart. Okay, down goes the dummy. Okay, so we're in 4 spades, a trump contract, so we would like to look at our losers. So between the 2 hands, we're going to lose maybe a spade, depending on the location of the king. Not a heart, because we've got ace, king, queen of hearts, and then we run out on the dummy. A club to the ace. And maybe a diamond, maybe 2 diamonds, depending on the split in diamonds, but probably 1 diamond on average, depending on the location of the king and the split of the diamonds. So if we lose a spade, a club and a diamond, we should still make our contract. So we'd only go wrong if the spade split nasty and we lose an extra spade trick somehow, 5-0 split or something, or the diamond split nasty so we lose an extra diamond trick with the king 10-4 or something in the wrong place. So feels like we've got a good chance of making. What we would like to do is draw the trumps first and then try to set the diamonds up next. We don't need to ruff in the short trump holding, which is our hand. So we don't need to ruff in our hand because we can't. So if you can't ruff in the short trump holding, our hand, we should draw the trumps. Now how do we want to play the trumps? Well, we want to finesse in trumps. We want to lead spades through south. Now remembering the bidding, south open the bidding 1 heart. So it's very, very likely they have pretty much all of the missing cards. We've got 16 points opposite 10, which is 26. South open the bidding promising at least 11, 12-ish. So North's got 2 or fewer. So what that means is we know pretty much where every card is. King of diamonds is here, ace of clubs is here, king of spades is here, and even that is only 10 points. So they've already got the jack of hearts and something else in clubs or whatever to make them up to 12. So we want to win the heart lead on the table because we then want to play spades through, and we know that almost all of the defence, if not all of the defence, is going to be in South's hand, so we want to constantly be leading this way. So for this trick, I'm going to want to win the queen of hearts. Now, it's slightly unusual because usually you play low on from dummy, wait to see if you see the jack, kill the jack with your ace, and then that sets your 10 of hearts up. We actually know the heart layout because the opponent's open 1 heart, 5-card majors. That promises 5 hearts, which means the hearts are 5, 4, 3, and 1. This is a singleton heart lead. Has to be. So therefore, the jack of hearts is not going to get played. If we play the queen, it'll play low, of course. If we play low, they won't produce the jack. They'll let the 8 force our ace out. They can also count the hearts. They know that their jack of hearts sat over the 10 needs to be preserved. So we're never going to trap the jack of hearts. So we should win the queen now in order to be in the right place to lead the jack of spades as a spade finesse. Therefore, I'm going to play the queen of hearts on this trick to be in the right place to play the trumps next. Alright, so we played the Queen of Hearts from dummy to try and get the lead there in order to play trumps. Now, South is going to follow low. Depends if they play low encouraging or low discouraging, but it's quite clear the heart layout. The ace-king must be with declarer, otherwise they would have played the ace or king on the queen. So we play a low heart. Doesn't matter, their signalling system is what I'm saying, because the heart suit is obviously ace-king with declarer. So we win the heart on the table, as designed, as intended. And now we have to play the spades. And as discussed a minute ago, we know South's got all the points, so we want to finesse through South. Now we have a choice of how to finesse in spades. We could either play a low spade to the queen, which is a finesse, but then we'd need to go back to the dummy in order to lead the jack, or we could lead the jack now, and if the finesse works, we're in the right place to then repeat the finesse. So leading the jack has a slight edge in that we keep the lead in the right place should the finesse work. Now what this doesn't factor in is if it goes jack king. We quote unquote know that the king of spades is with South because of their opening bid. So if it goes jack king ace, then what becomes relevant is who's got the 10. So there is one way we could, well, there are two different ways we could avoid losing any spade tricks. It's either king doubleton spade with South or 10 doubleton spade in either. So it could be king 10 doubleton here or king to 3, 10 doubleton here. So the two ways to play spades, if you play low to the queen, then cash the ace, that works if it's king doubleton with South. If you lead the jack and it goes jack, king, ace, that works when the 10 is doubleton in either hand. So you can probably tell by the way I phrased that, the 10 doubleton is twice as likely, because you could have king 10 doubleton, or you could have king to 3 and 10 doubleton here. So leading the jack is not only mathematically, slightly the best card, it's also psychologically the best card. Because if you lead the jack, they might not cover the king. And if it goes jack, low, 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 the finesse has worked and your ace-queen is now trapping the king. So the jack is statistically the best card just, and it's the best card because it can bluff a imperfect human from playing the wrong play. If it goes jack, the defender should cover the king to kill the jack with the king, but some defenders might not want to because they don't want to lose their king to the presumed ace in declarer. So low spades to the queen, cash the ace could work, leading the jack of spades and trying to finesse that way could also work. The jack of spades has a slight edge, so that's the play I'm going to make. So it goes jack, king, correct defence. If they don't cover the king, we don't play a card, we then finesse, the king of spades has had it. So the best chance they've got is cover the king and hope that their partner has the 10, which they do, but unfortunately for them, it's dropping. So we win the ace of spades, it goes jack, king, ace, like so. Now we cash the queen of spades and we hope to see the 10. If the 10 doesn't appear, we're going to lose a spade. And that's just the way it is. As it happens, the 10 drops, which is very nice. Oh, sorry, we need to play a small one there as well. So that's now 8 trumps gone. One more trump left, which is smaller than the 9, which is nice. So we play a low spade. This hand discards a club. We play the 9 or the 7, either, which draws the last trump. So that was a good calculation of odds, but also a very nice layout of spades. King of spades in the right place, 10 of spades dropping. So we've now drawn the trumps. Now it's time to tackle the diamonds. As mentioned earlier, we know, quote unquote, know that the diamonds are with the king is likely to be with South. Because of the opening bid, North hasn't really got room for a king. Maybe just, but not really. So whilst you might think, well, I could come over to a heart by playing the ace and then play the queen of diamonds as a finesse, that finesse is very, very likely to lose because the king of diamonds kind of has to be with South for their opening bid. So the play I'm going to make is the ace of diamonds first, letting them win the king, albeit they don't because it's singleton. I'll come back to that in a second. Ace of diamonds first. When we see small diamonds, then play a low diamond towards the queen, playing towards the queen, making them play the king before me. So this is actually a better chance because of the information we've got. Better to play the diamonds this way. Now as it happens, when we play the ace of diamonds, the king drops and we feel very clever, but that isn't the point of the ace of diamonds. The point is ace first, then low towards the queen, low towards the jack, playing them for the king of diamonds. But the king drops. So we're very pleased with ourselves because we've read the diamond suit correctly. However, we are still going to lose a diamond because we've got queen jack, but the 10, 9, 8 is missing. So we have to lose a diamond trick eventually, and we know the diamond length is with North. There isn't really much we could do about this. We could play a couple of hearts to see if they throw diamonds away, but they shouldn't. They should throw clubs away in order to preserve the diamond length. Bear in mind, this defender knows the diamond situation as well. They've just seen ace-king, so they know we've got 4 diamonds in hand. So we've kind of got an inevitable loser in diamonds and an inevitable loser in clubs. There's nothing really we can do without some kind of gross misdefense. We lead the 10 of hearts, they forget to put the jack on it, for example. Or we play the king of clubs, they forget to put the ace on it. Or we play hearts, they throw all their diamonds away. Assuming the defenders are not going to cooperate with us, we have to lose a diamond and a club. So we play a diamond, this hand could throw a club or a heart, it doesn't matter. And as confirmed, as suspected, we confirmed the diamond layout was 4 and 1, but a singleton king was helpful. Jack of diamonds like so. This hand throws something away. And now, unfortunately for us, that 10 of diamonds is going to beat our 7. So these losers are pretty inevitable. We could try kind of cash the ace-king of hearts, see if they throw the diamond away like this, but that would be poor defense. They should throw clubs, because clubs are largely irrelevant. Like so. Or maybe the south forgets to keep hold of hearts or something. Again, it would require a pretty gross misdefense, like so. That means this heart is not a winner. So we can trump this heart, but then the 2 cards, oops, sorry, they've got to follow suit. The 2 cards on dummy, which were always losers, are in fact losers. So this diamond, well, not always, the diamond loser was what it was. Diamond or a club, they're both going to lose. So that means we're going to lose these 2, but we're going to make this one for 4 spades plus 1.